Today I'm excited to share with you a new recipe. This is of South American origin. This is called Gelaflan, or they call this Gelatina tres leches. This is a combination of a cream cheese flan and a Cathedral Window. Let's get started. For the caramel syrup, you need 2/3 cup of sugar, 2/3 cup of hot water. For the Gelatina tres leches, you need to make or buy gelatin or jelly cubes. If you want to make your own, you need 1/2 pack or about 12.5 grams of Gulaman powder, flavored and colored, 1/4 cup sugar, and 2.5 cups of water. You need to make 3 colors or 3 flavors. Today we're using pandan, strawberry, and mango. 1 big can condensed milk, 390 grams. 1 big can evaporated milk, 400 grams. 1 cup or 225 all-purpose cream. 1/4 cup of unflavored gelatin. 1 cup water. For the flan, you need 1 cup or 225 grams of cream cheese. 1 big can of condensed milk, about 390 grams, 1 big can of evaporated milk, about 400 grams, 5 whole eggs, 1 tablespoon of vanilla. To make the gelatin or the jelly cubes, I have here water, sugar. This is Gulaman powder. This is not gelatin, this is Gulaman powder. Since this is unflavored, it's just colored, I will add mango flavoring. Alright. And then you bring this to a boil. Once it boils, you can put it in the mold. You allow the mixture to boil. Then once it boils, you pour it into the mold. If you don't like to make your own jelly cubes, you can always buy. There are many brands available in the market. Okay? Here, you pour it into the mold. Now we have 3 colors. We allow that to set. First thing we need to do is to caramelize the sugar. The amount of sugar that you use is dependent on the size of your mold. This one, I will just use about 2/3 cup. Here we have the caramel. You just shake the pan. Don't stir it, because if you stir it, it will take you a longer time to melt all of the sugar because it will crystallize. By the way, I lowered the heat once it started to brown. When it is like maybe 90% or 85% melted, you can stir it a little bit. But don't agitate it so much because we don't want sugar crystals to form. You have to make sure the sugar is completely melted before we add hot water. Some of you might ask, why do I need to add water? The addition of water makes it easier for you to spread out the caramel, because this one I can use it directly, but I always like to add water. Here, this is completely melted now. If you can work fast, then you can pour it into the mold and swirl it. But to make it easy for you, I add hot water. Alright, once you add water, you will see it will become a bit solid again. Don't worry, because you can boil it slowly, and then you will get a very thick syrup, which is very easy for you to swirl and spread out. This is especially helpful if you want to put caramel on little molds or muffin pans, or when you are working with a lot of caramel. Right here we have our caramel. It's nice and thick, so we pour it into the mold and we will swirl this. Alright, and then you allow the caramel to set. Alright, we'll make the queso flan. It's called queso flan because it's made with cream cheese. By the way, this is South American, and they always like to use a blender when they make their flan. And then we have condensed milk. And then you have eggs. You have vanilla. Evaporated milk. And then some particles from the cream cheese. It's good, see? Very little. Straining also removes the bubbles, the extra bubbles, okay? Now, if your caramel hasn't set completely, do not worry, just pour it slowly. As long as you don't stir it, the caramel will stay in the bottom. And then, we will put this in the oven. We will bake this bain-marie, or we will put water, hot water here, at least 1 inch. Cover with aluminum foil. Okay. And put in a bigger pan. And then we will pour hot water here. Alright. Put an inch of hot water. And then we bake this at 350 degrees for about 1 hour. I have many recipes to share with you. If you're interested, please like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you can be alerted when a new video is uploaded. Flan after an hour, or a little bit over an hour. See? Okay, and then we will cool this. Alright, I am just checking. Yeah, it's done. It's done. Okay, let me take this out and we will cool this before we put the gelatin on top. You sprinkle the gelatin over the water like this. When you sprinkle the gelatin over the water, you'll find out that it will not form clumps because as you sprinkle the gelatin, it slowly absorbs the water than when you dump everything in. So just sprinkle it all over. For this recipe, if you live in a cold country, you can reduce the gelatin by 2 tablespoons. But here in the Philippines, it's too warm, so I think I use 1/3 cup, which is about 5 tablespoons. You can use between 3 to 4. See? There are no lumps if you sprinkle the gelatin. 5 minutes, okay? And then here, let's mix together. Let's mix together evaporated milk. This is the tres leches part. Evaporated milk. And then we have condensed milk. And then we have all-purpose cream. This is our tres leches. Okay, you mix this well. Set this aside, and then we will heat the gelatin. You can dissolve this in a double boiler. I'm going to use the microwave. By the way, before you start, you loosen the sides to make sure we can unmold this later. There's caramel underneath, which will soften it. Easier to loosen. It's just this portion, whereas which has no caramel that you need to loosen. Alright. Here's our gelatin. 1 minute in the microwave. 30 seconds increments. Okay. Alright. This is called Gelaflan. This is the Jella, this is the flan. The gelatin, Gelatina tres leches. And it's called mosaico because of the mosaic or the cathedral window. Okay, here are our jelly, the one that we prepared earlier. As I said, if you don't want to make this, you can just buy. You know, you can buy those jelly that the kids like to eat. Okay, and then this is a South American Mexican recipe. And then we chill this in the refrigerator until it's firm, and then we invert and we'll see how it goes. And the extra, I'm going to put it here. This is actually a recipe 2-in-1. This is Cathedral Windows. Alright, so in the refrigerator this goes, and we'll check this back after maybe 2 hours. So here is the moment. Here is our flan. We call this the flan gelatina 3 leches. I cut up our extra cathedral windows and I put it in the center to fill the hole. So here is our Gelaflan or the gelatina 3 leches.